Will key DNA evidence in a high-profile Scottsdale murder be allowed to be used in a trial? That's the question before a panel of judges in the Arizona Court of Appeals tonight. A judge in a lower court tossed out the DNA evidence that linked Ian Mitcham to Allison Feldman's 2015 murder after Mitcham's defense team argued that Scottsdale police improperly used a blood sample to make that DNA match.
The I-Team's Erica Stapleton listened to the arguments live in Court of Appeals this morning and joins us now in studio. And Erica, any idea on why this case, which way this case could go?
Yeah, guys, and let me start by saying, although Mitcham himself was not at the hearing, the panel of 3 judges grilled each side in front of a packed appeals courtroom, a sign of how much interest is in this case. But time will tell which way the judges will lean when it comes to allowing that key DNA evidence back in. It's a battle over a blood sample.
Please be seated.
And how Scottsdale police used it to close a 2015 murder case. For 3 years, Allison Feldman's murder was unsolved. But in 2018, Scottsdale police got their guy, arresting Ian Mitcham.
We are 100% confident we have the right suspect.
Court records show Scottsdale police first used familial DNA to connect DNA found at the crime scene to one of Mitcham's brothers in prison, indicating a close relative could be the suspect in Allison's murder. Then police used a blood sample they already had in evidence, collected in an unrelated 2015 DUI case against Mitcham, to confirm it was the same DNA found at the murder scene.
We had his blood sample available to us.
Weeks before Mitcham's February 2023 trial, a Maricopa County Superior Court judge decided to throw out that key evidence, siding with the defense's argument that Scottsdale police violated Mitcham's Fourth Amendment rights by using the old blood sample without a new warrant. Prosecutors appealed and made their case Wednesday to a panel of 3 appellate judges.
I don't think he had the same expectation of privacy in that blood draw.
2 takeaways from their argument. First, inevitable discovery. Prosecutors believe they would have inevitably gotten Mitcham's DNA after he was convicted in 2 other unrelated felony charges in 2022. Second, that police had probable cause to test any of the Mitcham brothers' DNA after the familial match.
Probable cause would still exist within that search warrant.
I mean, because he's a male Mitcham and he lives in Scottsdale?
He does have a familial match to DNA. I think that is pretty compelling evidence.
But the defense, backed by the ACLU, came to fight.
It doesn't give them the unfettered discretion to do what they want with that evidence.
The judges drill in on the 2015 DUI arrest, where Mitcham was convicted.
So once he pled guilty, isn't the blood become evidence of a crime?
For purposes of the DUI investigation, Your Honor, yes, I would agree. Not for purposes of the DNA extraction.
The judges continue combing over Mitcham's past, referencing another DUI case in 2016, where Mitcham allegedly expressed concern over his DNA going into the system.
Is it correct that the statement, if you put this in CODIS, I'm dead, or whatever it was?
Mitcham's pleaded not guilty to all charges in Allison's murder case. The appeal means more painful delays for the Feldman family, now waiting more than 8 years for justice. Allison's father, Harley Feldman, was not in the courtroom, but I did talk to him on the phone after the hearing. He said he thought the judge asked hard questions of both sides and felt prosecutors were prepared and did a good job. He also shared, sadly, that today would have been Allison's 40th birthday. We're in the studio tonight. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.